Chapter 26. Megatron, look out! The Decepticon who called to his leader was known as Blackout. As he shouted, he threw his body between Starscream and the code key of justice, which gleamed in the tom-out hollow of Sentinel Prime's torso. "No!" Roaring in fury, Starscream flung him out of the way with a blow that would have killed many Transformers, but Blackout had suffered in the pits of Con, and no single blow could do him in. He fell, though, and struggled to get up for a moment before collapsing to the floor. Starscream could not believe the twist of fate that was undermining the perfection of his plan. Sentinel Prime housed the code key of justice? And Starscream had released Sentinel Prime to make a stand against Megatron, thereby delivering to Megatron the other half of the combination that would unlock the plasma energy chamber? Sentinel Prime, his consciousness fading, looked Starscream in the eye. Even in the extreme of his agonies, he had enough presence of mind to give his captor and liberator an ironic smile. Impossible, Starscream was thinking as Megatron rounded on him and without a moment's thought blasted him away from the body of Sentinel Prime with an ion cannon bolt. The impact of Starscream's body against one of the immense support pillars that were spaced across the vast space sent a booming echo through the floor, felt by every sentient being present in the room. "Where you cannot fly, you are at a disadvantage, Starscream," Megatron said. "You have never yet figured that out." Another blast flung Starscream farther away from Sentinel Prime before the Seeker could get to his feet. "And you are at a disadvantage against me because I am stronger than you," Megatron added. "My will is stronger. And I know you for the ambitious plotter that you are." He assumed alt shape, roaring across the open floor on heavy treads that tore into the steel plates. Starscream saw him coming and changed his shape as well. Incredible, Megatron thought. There's no room. But Starscream knew exactly what he was doing. In his alt shape for a split second, he fired his thrusters to dodge Megatron's unstoppable charge. Then, suspended in midair, Starscream reassumed his proto-shape and rained down a volley of missiles. Everything around Megatron disappeared in the intense flare of tactical photon warheads. He felt the floor shake with the impact of the detonations, felt ringing agony through every system. Even before the explosions had subsided, Megatron was reshaping himself again, rearing up on two legs to catch Starscream as the Seeker fell. The two of them fell in a blur of savage blows and grappling moves. Again the floor shook as they landed, and Megatron delivered a series of piledriver blows to Starscream, crushing him into the floor so hard that when he parried the last and rolled away to counterattack, he left behind a visible depression. Megatron relished this, the final hand-to-hand confrontation, untainted by missiles or beams. The meeting of bot to bot, as it had been in the pits. This was when he was most alive. He even preferred to abandon hand weapons. The true test of a bot's might and a bot's will came when he met another with nothing but bare hands. Again he and Starscream came together, Starscream punishing Megatron with lightning-fast spinning kicks and blows that seemed to come from nowhere. That was the Seeker in him, dodging and rolling and never quite where you thought he would be. Weathering the storm, Megatron awaited his opportunity. Starscream came after him again and again. Flurries of blows, but Megatron knew, yes. The moment came when Starscream grew just that little bit overconfident. He opened himself up, let his balance go just the tiniest bit to add a bit more force to a roundhouse punch, and before he even knew it was happening, Megatron was inside the arc of the swing. Starscream's arm flicked out of the way and Megatron's greater mass first lifted Starscream and then drove him down again. Then it was over. Megatron hit Starscream, and hit him again, and again and again and again until Starscream stopped resisting. Rearing to his feet, Megatron looked around him. The Seeker contingent stood watching silently on one side of the vast space, near the aperture where they and Starscream had first entered. To the right, loosely clustered around the silent body of Sentinel Prime, Megatron's own inner circle of gladiators stood. All was silent. He bent down over Starscream. I still function, Megatron said. He hauled the battered Seeker conspirator to his feet and spoke again, louder now, for the benefit of all assembled, and perhaps for the benefit of Optimus Prime, who might well have access to these events because of Alpha Trion's superb management of the grid. You would make a useful example, were I to kill you, Megatron said. Yet I believe I will keep you alive because you will make a better soldier than example. Would you care to continue your beating, or can we agree that you serve me and this coup plotting is a thing of the past? Starscream returned only a venomous stare. Megatron let him. Excellent, he said. He turned his back on Starscream, knowing the moment for an assault had passed. It was time now to continue the theater of leadership, which meant, now that the villains had been identified and punished, pinning medals on the heroes. Megatron walked over to the Decepticon who had blocked Starscream's move for the code key of justice. What do you call yourself, Decepticon? Blackout, answered the bot. He was clearly a product of the Badlands. His exterior was scored with the marks of energy release, some much older than the main battles of the Civil War. You have a great future, Blackout, Megatron said, clasping hands with him. He looked around the room, making sure that everyone present had seen him bestow his favor on this Decepticon foot soldier. I give you a task. Take the body of Sentinel Primeticon. May it lay there, down in the pits that he so despised. When I have finished destroying the Autobots, I will return Triumphanticon and I will find some use for Sentinel Prime's remains. Perhaps in my first act as Prime, I will call for a vote on its method of disposal. Yes, Megatron, Blackout said. Yet first we must recover what Sentinel Prime sought to protect, Megatron cautioned. Without looking back at Starscream, he reached out a hand, palm up. The code key of power, if you please, Starscream. Starscream handed it over without a word. Megatron felt its weight like the certainty of victory. And now, he went on, it is time to have the rest of what we came for.
I'm glad you enjoyed that video/gameplay. Just remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Until next time, goodbye!